You know what would be something? If I knew that what was in this bottle was actually what my body needs.
If it was developed by on-staff scientists
in collaboration with leading nutrition researchers
and experts
who created specialized formulas for each of your cell's unique needs
and continually improve those formulas with new research.
If they went out of their way sourcing quality ingredients your body can easily use.
manufacturing products within their own state-of-the-art facility
To maintain purity and potency throughout the entire process.
they'd be trusted by more elite athletes than any other nutritional supplement company in the world.
Now, imagine if they took a holistic approach to nutrition, researching, testing, and developing more than just supplements. Now that would be something. As the world leader in cellular nutrition, USANA Celavive Scrub plus Serum Duo will make you go beyond what everyone sees. The Scrub plus Mask combination cleanses and refines complexion, while the vitalizing serum reveals firm, glowing skin. With a concentrated blend of nutrients that includes the Celavive Cell Signaling Complex. Let your skin do the talking and transform your business in big ways. Develop real relationships. Focus on health. Lead beautiful lives. USANA Celavive.
We are USANA. We are USANA. Not many years ago, there was a man who felt the fire in his soul. And through one man's vision, we feel the difference deep in our bones. Deep in our bones. And we want everyone to know we are USANA. We're changing the world. We're glad to love it. Having you heard. We clean up the place for
Recording in progress.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, USANA Philippines, and good morning to all our participants who are in the call right now. So, thank you very much for joining us this morning for another session sa ating Your Health and USANA. So, for this morning, we will be having a special guest all the way from Salt Lake City to talk about our product for diet and energy, and that is our Nutrimeal. But before we begin, let us let me know where you currently are right now. No, key in our chat box your current location so that we can give you a proper shout out for this morning's opening session. Ayan. So we have all the way from the United States of America, from USA. We have from Quezon City, from Cebu, from Makati, from Iloilo. We have from Laguna, from Hong Kong. Ayan. So we have from Calibo. We have from New Zealand. We have from Toronto, Canada. We have from Cagayan de Oro. Ayan. We have from Cebu City, from Cavite, from Dumanhog, Cebu. Ayan, from Davao City, from Chicago. Ayan, welcome to our Your Health with USANA. Ayan, we also have from Lagro, Quezon City, from Olongapo City, all the way from Bulacan. Ayan, meron din tayo from Malabon, from Dasmariñas, from Las Piñas. We also have attendees from Singapore, from Mandaluyong, and from Manila. And thank you very much for the very prompt responses in our chat box. So for this morning, we have with us one of our esteemed scientists from the home office from Salt Lake City, Utah. And for this morning, our speaker, she has been in the Research and Development Division for 5 years. And she has been performing quality oriented, ongoing product claim substantiation research. And this is in order to maintain compliance with our auditing organizations. Her role is as a product system specialist, which requires detail in the day-to-day operation of risk aversion and mitigation systems. She assists with the flow of maintenance as part of the international departments in relation to the operating product systems and functionality. Consider her the clinical librarian of processing evidence-based data to support claims by analyzing research. She has been a part of the company in adopting a culture of product systems compliance spanning the entire product life cycle relating to the systematic function of all applicable regulations. USANA Philippines, and to all our guests all over the world, let us give a warm welcome to our Research and Development Product System Specialist, Sandra Buabe. Sandra, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I so appreciate that. And I really love seeing where everyone was joining in from all over. And I so appreciate that. So thank you, Jace.
You're very much welcome, Sandra.
Yes.
All yours.
Thank you. Okay, so I will go ahead and share my screen with you all. Let's start that. I believe you can see my screen. Perfect. Thanks for that thumbs up. I so appreciate that. So, kumusta po kayo? I report to Dr. Rolando Mandela. I believe that some of you have heard of him or worked with him, talked to him. So that's who I report to in R&D. Jace gave a really great introduction. I've been in R&D since 2016, working as a product specialist doing substantiation and the risk assertion, as Jace has mentioned. And yeah, once again, I'm just so excited to be here with you all and talk to you about Nutrimeal and weight management. A couple of disclaimers. I am home. It is 8:10 p.m. in Salt Lake City. So if you hear background noise, it's fine. It's going to be okay. I do have my notes to make sure I'm keeping us all on track here. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, so today, as I mentioned, we'll be talking about Nutrimeal and weight maintenance. We'll be covering a couple of things, or more than a couple of things. We'll talk about USANA Nutrimeal, what is in USANA Nutrimeal, the features in it, the ingredients, the formula. We'll talk about the nutritional facts and habits and inconvenience linked to overeating, the convenience of Nutrimeal. Why is maintaining a healthy weight crucial? What is considered a healthy body weight? Weight maintenance, portion control tips, calculating BMI, calculating calories needed per day, meal replacement benefits, and then Nutrimeal recipe tips. So let's get started. So USANA Nutrimeal, you guys, I'm sure you all heard of that. It's a protein shake formulated as a perfect nutritious meal replacement. So USANA developed this tasty and convenient meal replacement. It's low glycemic formula. It's rich in dietary fiber and protein. It gives you all the nutrients you need to have a satisfying meal on the go. And it's available in our delicious chocolate, strawberry, and banana. It comes with 9 serving packs and then also single serving packs. Okay, so this is healthy goals right at your fingertips. And we're going to talk about all the convenience of why Nutrimeal is so great, especially for weight management. Now let's talk about the ingredients. So Nutrimeal features has vitamin B6, actually has other vitamins, has vitamin B2, B12, calcium, magnesium. And magnesium is great because magnesium, what it does for us, it's a normal energy yielding metabolism. So it helps control hunger, it makes us feel energized, it curbs our cravings. We have beneficial fats, so that is the mono and polyunsaturated fats. These are fats that you can find in, let's say, avocados, salmon, sardines, walnuts, pecans, olives. We have our healthy carbs. We have a good source of protein and fiber. Fiber is good because it basically makes you feel fuller longer, right? That helps with your digestion as well. And it slows down your digestion by filling up your stomach. And then we have low glycemic. And low glycemic is also important because it sort of does the same thing. And also our products are all gluten-free. Okay, so as I mentioned here, this is what the nutritional facts look like on the Nutrimeal. You have 15 grams of protein, fiber, around 8 grams, your carbohydrates, and then your healthy fats. Okay, so let's talk about the habits and inconvenience that link to overeating. Fast eating. Let's just say, day to day, sometimes when you're on your way back home from work, and if you're not working remotely and you're commuting to the office, you come home, you just eat, you kind of want to, jump into bed, you had a long day. Sometimes that happens. It's a habit that some people tend to do. They tend to eat fast. So we want to pay attention and also consider mindful eating, which is to slow down your eating, and that will make it like so you don't feel like I just finished something. Now what? Like let me snack on something. Consider slowing down your eating. Other habits and inconvenience that link to overeating is skipping breakfast or lunch, and then overeating in the evening. So if you are someone that commutes to work and you don't have time to grab something to pair delicious, nutritious food in the morning, and you don't have time to eat lunch too, you come home, you overeat a bunch of things. Eating in front of the TV or computer. Now, we are not perfect. I sometimes do this. Okay. Eating for reasons other than hunger. So if you're angry, if you're feeling bored, if you're anxious, ask yourself, am I eating just to eat or am I actually hungry? These are questions to ask yourself. Another thing that can link to, an unhealthy habit is eating mostly fast foods or highly refined foods that lack the healthy fiber, proteins, and fats. So you're not eating those nutrient-dense foods that you need that will help maintain your weight, that will help you feel fuller longer. It's so easy, especially like in the city where I live, to go pick up fast food and eat it because I know, let's say, it's affordable, it's close by, I don't have to cook it, it's there. But those fast foods are fast foods. So it's not really cooked, with your health in mind. It's cooked to get the food out there, get customers coming in. Another things to pay attention to and to be mindful of. Let's continue. So we like Nutrimeal. Nutrimeal is convenient. You have it on a blender. It's portable, easy to go, and it's a low-calorie meal to go. It is made from whole healthy foods that are best for losing weight. It's fortified with nutrients, which might fill your nutrient gap while you're cutting back on calories. So, like I mentioned, it's easy to go drink. It's significantly healthier, alternative to fast foods, and it may help you resist the temptation to indulge in unhealthy processed foods. Okay, because quick, convenient meal does not have to compromise on nutrition or flavor. Okay, so the convenient way to get a healthy, low-calorie meal on the go is sometimes one of the biggest barriers to maintaining or losing weight because it takes time sometimes to prepare healthier meals. Okay, so that's why we have the meal replacement shake. It is intended to provide that gap. It has 200 and 400 calories, a good amount of protein, fiber, as I mentioned, and essential vitamins and minerals. So minerals that we have phosphorus, iron, we have all the vitamin B's. Okay, we have zinc, we have iron. I think you mentioned vitamin C. We have vitamin D. We have vitamin E. We have all the good essential vitamins and minerals that are needed. Why is maintaining a healthy weight crucial? I think everyone might have a different answer, but let's start with what would someone even say a healthy weight is? So according to research, it is one that a healthy weight can be defined as feeling comfortably maintained with normal healthy eating and regular physical activity, which is absent of medical problems. It is also reaching and maintaining a healthy weight, which is important for overall health. Okay, so it's healthy weight isn't a short-term thing. Think of it as your lifestyle, long-term, something that you want to continuously work on. It's a lifestyle that includes healthy eating, regular physical activity, balancing the calories that you consume with the calories that your body already uses. Okay, so healthy body weight, as indicated here in the US, we use something called BMI, which is body mass index. It is an indicator to your weight status. It does not indicate how much you weigh. It just gives you a status from, in the picture on the slide, from being underweight to extremely obese. Okay. I know that certain physicians still typically use BMI to consider or to show you where you are as far as your weight status. And I do want to share a little bit more about, and you might see in my slides that I have healthy and then quotation marks, and I'll talk to you about that. Okay, so weight maintenance. What are some of the ways that we can manage our weight or maintain our weight? Sleeping. Rest is so vital. And I feel like when I was a child, I missed out because I always wanted to be up hanging out with the adults when I could have been sleeping. So rest is very important. If you get to 7 to 8 hours of rest, that is wonderful. You get 8 to 9 hours of rest. That's really awesome. Reducing the amount of stress. What can you do to reduce the amount of stress in your life, whether it's work, family related, something going on with the house, with the car, with the bills, with the pets, with the kids? What are some of the ways that you can reduce stress? There's so many tips on mindfulness, meditation. We talk about yoga, going on walks, doing things maybe that doesn't involve movement, reading a book, gardening, cooking your favorite meal that's nutrient dense. Different things to reduce your stress so that you can get that 8 to 9 hours of rest. Maintaining healthy eating habits, which I will talk more about in the upcoming slides. Regular physical activity. This can mean walking. If you and your family like to go swimming, that's nice. That's a good idea of physical activity. There's gardening, like I mentioned. It is important, if you can, to work out 4 to 5 times weekly. It is important to at least walk 30 minutes a day if you can. Okay. These are things that will help support your weight management goals. We have eating more fruits and vegetables. Obviously very important. Those are nutritious snacks to have. Walking on your daily routine, which I talked about. If you are working remotely or working at the office, if you can, on your lunch break, weather permits, if you can walk around, or if you're home, you can go to the nearest park and walk for 30 minutes. That is something, and you continuously do it, that can help with your weight maintenance and weight management. Okay. There's other ways, of course. Try to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water each day. How many people are drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water each day? It is not me. You? Okay, I'm so happy someone is. I do have my water here, guys, so. But I do also have a big bottle that I bring to work. It's about 64 ounces, and then I drink tea throughout the day. So it is important to drink your water to stay hydrated. Try not to skip meals. This is why Nutrimeal is so convenient, because it is a meal replacement. So try to skip meals, plan accordingly if you can. Eat 3 meals daily, plus 1 or 2 planned snacks. How many people eat 3 meals daily? Anyone? Okay. That's the one that I'm so happy. Okay, Yana, you eat 3 meals daily. That is wonderful. As I mentioned, with people's lifestyles and everything, sometimes it's hard to do that. That's why it's important to plan accordingly. You can meal prep if you have a chance to. You can at least maybe have some things out and put a bigger meal together if you don't have time to meal prep. Reduce the foods with little to no nutritional value. That will be foods that are not nutrient dense, that don't really contribute to your health. And that would be foods like refined grains, or processed foods, the fast foods that are convenient. And also, if you have the privilege to, you can work with a healthcare team, your provider, to set realistic weight goals, talking to your provider about, have them do all the blood work, all the tests, like the physical, or check their blood pressure, and then you go from there. You talk to someone, even if you have access to see a specialist nutritionist, you can start from there too. Okay. And also in this picture here, if you are thinking about snacks, what snacks? These are the snacks. You have your carrots, you have your apple, your berries, which are full of antioxidants, okay? And then your apples and pears, which are full with fiber. These are good nutritious whole food snacks that you can easily put away in your lunch bag and snack when you feel hungry, when you're not bored, when you're not anxious, when you're not angry. Eat when you are hungry or when you feel like I haven't ate, I need to eat. Let's continue. Portion control tips. Use smaller dinnerware. Use your plate as a portion guide. Use your hands as a serving guide. Okay. Ask for half portion when eating now. This one is kind of a funny one. I am someone that loves Thai food, and we have several good Thai restaurants here in Salt Lake City. Now, do you think that the Thai food, they give you a huge portion, a lots of food. Do you think when I go, hey, can you just bring me half? No way, I'm eating everything on that plate. But if you are someone that is curious about weight management, weight maintenance, this is something you can do when eating out. Start all meals with a glass of water. Eat your food slowly. I forgot to look this up, but there is a certain amount of chews that every person should take. I'm guessing like maybe 30, you're supposed to chew your food 35 times before swallowing. So that is good so you don't feel so hungry so quick. You're actually giving your body time to digest the food that you're eating by chewing slowly, because actually digestion starts in the mouth. It doesn't start in the stomach, it starts in the mouth. Okay, don't eat straight from the container. I remember being a kid and seeing all these 80 movies, and they were always eating out of the ice cream container, and it always looked like, wow, they can just eat all that ice cream. Sometimes eating out of a container is misleading. What you should do, if I could recommend, is take a bowl. Take whatever food you have from that box so you can see, you can eye the portion that you're actually eating. Because sometimes when you're just eating from a box, you're not really paying attention to how much you're eating unless you were able to visually see it in the bowl, in a cup, or on a plate. Be aware of suitable serving size. Some more portion control tips. Make half your plate veggies. Eat protein with every meal or snack. Drink water with your meal. Begin with vegetable soup or salad. So think of it as like your appetizer before you actually start your meal. Talked about using smaller plates. You can use smaller bowls. Eating mindfully. I have tried to do this sometimes, not all the time, but eating mindfully, what does that mean? Someone best described it to me as when you're eating, think about the flavors. Like be present as you're eating your food. Think about the flavors. Oh, this tastes savory or salty or sweet or sour or bitter. And you think about the food and you appreciate the food that you're eating. The farmers that produce this food for you, you get to eat it. Eat mindfully, take your time eating, chew your food slowly. I know that's so hard to do, especially when you're on the go and you're not distracted by so many things like a TV or a computer. But these are things that practice to help with developing better habits so that you are also on your way to weight maintenance management. Spice up your meals. My family is from West Africa. They're from Ghana. We eat a lot of spicy food. A lot. And always, when I eat spicy food, I feel fuller because of that heat. So if you're someone that's into spice up your food. Use some paprika, cayenne. I'm sure there's some really nice spices in the Philippines that, are available. And eat more soluble fiber because, with fiber, it's going to make you feel fuller and it helps you with digesting your food. I hope that we're all doing okay. let's go on to the next slide. Ashley, let me drink my water. I'm going to have a little bit of water break. Thank you. Yes, I see Yana again with her water. Okay, so in the previous slide, I talked about body mass index, which is an indicator not for how much you weigh, but for your body weight status, what is considered someone that's underweight, normal weight, and overweight, obese, or severely obese. Now, here's the thing about BMI. Also, if you want to calculate your own BMI, you can just type in BMI on your browser, whatever you search, like Google, and you can type in peacehealth.org BMI, and that will help you open up a page where you can actually calculate. And this is a screenshot on this slide, is a screenshot of something that I did. So the BMI, to the left, we have our BMI, where the numbers indicate your weight status. Then you have the actual weight status, and then the BMI calculator is to the right. I am 5'3", I weigh 115 pounds. So according to the BMI, I am at a normal weight status. Weight status, when you say normal, I want to put the disclaimer here and be politically correct that normal weight status does not necessarily mean healthy. And sometimes someone that is overweight does not necessarily mean unhealthy. There can be someone who is straight body, slender, slim, and have complications from A to Z. Then there's someone that can be overweight, maintaining their weight, and be healthier than the person that is considered normal, slim, straight body. So those are things to consider. Everyone has their own opinion. I'm sharing my opinion with you all. Here is another weight and height guide chart. So to our left, we have our height, then we have our weight. So as I mentioned, I'll use myself as an example. I am 5'3", and I weigh 115 pounds. Okay, this is a safe place. I can tell you my weight. Okay, so if I was to look at that chart, I see, okay, I'm 5'3", yes. I weigh 115 pounds. According to the BMI, that is normal. If I was to weigh 150 pounds at 5'3", I just look to my right. Now, 141 to 163 pounds is considered overweight, and it continues. If I was 180 pounds, 169 to 220 pounds is considered, someone that is obese, and then it continues to severe obesity. So that is the weight and height guide chart. Hope that you guys are all following along and paying attention. I'm not moving too fast. Okay, so let's talk about calculating your calories, okay? This was also on that peacehealth.org website. And if you want to calculate how many calories you would need to maintain your weight, you can use this. This is a screenshot here. And it says the following guidelines will help you estimate the number of calories you need per day to achieve or maintain a healthy body weight. I use myself as an example. I put in 115 pounds. My age is 34. Moderate exercise activity 4 to 5 times a week. Is that true? I'll never tell you. I'm kidding. I do work out. Let's say I work out 3 to 4 times a week. We're very lucky to have a gym at USANA and to have all these wellness classes. So I try to take advantage of that. And then when I'm home, I like to also look at whatever videos I can from YouTube and do a little workouts. It's always good to keep your body moving, okay? So when you calculate everything, if I wanted to maintain my current weight, I would need 1,912 calories per day. Now, how do you know how many calories are in what you're eating? There's so many apps. There's so many apps that tell you. I believe there's one that is MyFitnessPal. And with MyFitnessPal, you can put all the foods you're eating and it it will calculate all the calories that you have consumed. So you start your day with your meal replacement, which is say 205 calories, and then you have your lunch. You have maybe a soup and salad that gives you that amount of calories, maybe let's say 300 calories, and then you continue. Every time you eat, you log in your food, and it tells you how many calories. It could be something so random that you didn't think that they would have the calories for. They have everything, and that is called MyFitnessPal. But there are other apps that someone can use to calculate how many calories. Or if you want to do old school and journal it yourself, so be it. You know, this is a good indicator to tell you how many calories you would need if you wanted to maintain your weight. It's a great guideline. For women, it starts with 100 pounds for the first 5 feet of your height, plus 5 pounds for each additional inch. So, say if someone is, let's say, 5'4", it would be 100 pounds at 5 feet, and then every inch is times 5. That makes sense. So, for every inch she is, the 4 inches, you times that by 5. So it's 120 pounds altogether. For men, it's 106 pounds, the same thing for the first 5 feet, but instead of 5 pounds like it is for women, it is now 6 pounds for each additional inch. Okay, so this is some things you can use if you want to maintain your weight by using your current weight. Okay, let's talk about our meal replacements again. This is a study that was published in 2003. It is done by Mansfield, and they did a study using, I believe, 6 different studies that showed results of how efficient and how safe that the meal replacement plans that were used for weight management and the type of interventions that were used. And in this study, the results showed that the subjects there had meaningful weight loss, improvements in glycemic control, improvements in cardiovascular health. People who use one shake per day consumed fewer calories throughout the day. People who consumed the shake lost a significant amount of weight compared to their normal diet. The name of the study is Weight Management Using a Meal Replacement Strategy. Meta and pooling analysis from 6 studies. If you want to take a look at that, you can Google that. Someone that looks at studies continuously since 2016, that's a really good study to look at. Let's see what other benefits that they had from looking at these 6 studies. Okay, people who just use one shake per day consumed fewer calories and lost a significant amount of weight compared to their normal diet. They also produce 6 to 7 pounds of more weight loss than the typical weight loss diet. Okay, so here's another study. Successful internet-based lifestyle change program on body weight and markers of metabolic health. This is actually a coordination with Center Health Sciences and also with the University of Colorado, Denver. Now, if you look at the slide, there is an example of what was used from weeks 1 to 4 and weeks 5 to 7, I believe. Sorry, weeks 5 to 12. And they had a good indicator of what they were giving to them in the morning. So in the morning, they started out with supplements. Then they worked their way to breakfast, a lunch, a snack, dinner, and finished the evening with supplements. And you can see here, all of this is not current with some of the things we have now. This study was done or conducted some time ago. But what I really liked about it is that it showed the same indicator of how it helps with metabolic health and how it helps with weight management, low glycemic, and significant reductions in heart disease, so how it benefits your heart health. Okay, so if you want to, this might be on Access Scientists. If you actually want to read through it, see the objective, the data, the results, the conclusion. If you want to take a look at that, you're more than welcome to. Okay, so I must have talked faster than I intended, but that leaves some room for some questions. How to make the perfect Nutrimeal shake. Now, if you have a portable blender, all you have to do is put your ingredients in, shake it for 45 seconds. But if you have, let's say, a blender that you would like to use that is not portable on the go, you can use that as well. So you can customize your Nutrimeal shake. You can add ice. You can add filling with fiber, oats, flax seeds. You can add hemp seeds. You can do Greek yogurt, a non-dairy or dairy. If you want to add some flavor, you can add your antioxidants, your goji berries, your blueberries, your strawberries. If you're daring, you can do your vegetables, your spices or extracts. I'm thinking vanilla extract, spices. I made one that I use as a chai. I added cardamom and cinnamon, and I added nutmeg, and it made it really tasty. Okay, you can add caffeine by doing a matcha tea powder, the superfoods, the goji berry, where you can add your probiotics, the cat to balance your belly. You can also add, you can also add coconut oil as a fat if you would like. And if you're really fun, you have children, you want to make it fun for them, you can do different themes for Halloween, for Christmas, for summer, for fall time. When I would do the chai, it was it felt, because we have all 4 seasons here, so it was nice to have that. I felt like I was drinking like a tea, but it was a shake. It was very filling. And typically, I would say if you want to do a Nutrimeal shake, it's best to do it in the morning, because in the morning is where you get your bulk of your calories, so you're not overeating in the evening, if that makes sense. So it's better to have a larger meal early in the day, the middle of your day, have a smaller meal at night. And that's what I would recommend. And thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know if anyone has questions. Hi, Jace.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you very much for that, for the wonderful talk you had this morning. I was tuned into a lot of things. I was actually scouring to take down a lot of the notes that you were talking about earlier. The the calories that you have for Nutrimeal, maintaining healthy weight, especially with the tips on keeping a healthy weight, like getting enough rest, exercise, having fruits and vegetables in the diet. So that's actually very wonderful. And um, especially when you talked about eating those healthy snacks. Now, I always make point to tell in all our corporate trainings that these are actually one of the ways that we could try to keep ourselves healthy. So thank you very much for the for the overload of information that we are receiving this morning. So we actually have a few questions from our associates who sent question via chat, and I took note of some of them. So we could probably squeeze in around 2 to 3 questions.
Sure. Yeah.
Session. So the first question we have is actually from one of our associates, Maria. She was earlier when you mentioned that you have a gym in Salt Lake City, that when they visit the home office in Salt Lake City, would they be able to use the gym also there? So that's the first.
Oh, okay, so we have Mike Bodley, who is the HR rep. He's the one that actually facilitates and coordinates all the gym things. I think you are more than, I think everyone has access to it, but you just have to let him know if you're bringing a guest. That does not work for you, Sana.
Okay, so there you go. And I hope that
you
was able to answer that question. So thank you very much for that question. It's actually one of the great things that that's actually happening in the home office. You have your own gym, Because considering that we really need to do exercise, no?
Yes,
Walks the talk with regards to health.
absolutely. I 100% agree.
Okay, so
Great question.
we have another question for you, Sandra. This is coming from one of our associates who sent a question via the chat box also, personal to me. So he mentions that as part of the Filipino culture and lifestyle, rice has always been a staple food in the
Yes.
Philippines. We Filipinos really love our rice, but considering its high glycemic index and its high caloric value, uh, would replacing meals with Nutrimeal uh, be enough to satisfy the recommended daily allowance of Filipinos for energy intake with a range of 1,800 calories to 2,000 calories?
Okay, so I just want to confirm, is this person asking if they should replace the rice, or is that Nutrimeal going to replace the calories that they would have with the rice?
I think that they're asking if the Nutrimeal can replace the rice.
I see. Well, the thing with Nutrimeal is that it has more of that fiber and protein that rice does not have. Rice is good. Trust me. I love rice. I'm Ghanaian. We eat rice early in the morning. But if you do want to eat rice, I would say add more sides. Add something with fiber. Add something with protein and good fat. If you don't necessarily want to reach for that meal replacement, you want to continue eating the rice, that's absolutely fine. I would just say make sure you have sides that balance the ratio of a whole foods and not just rice with, something that's not as nutrient dense.
Okay, so thank you very much, Sandra,
Of course.
for that one. I hope we're able to answer that question. And of course, we have last question for this morning. So we have a question from Shiara. So the
Hi,
question,
Shara.
would baking Nutrimeal, would you Nutrimeal to bake pastries be okay?
Baking Nutrimeal?
Yes. With the pastries.
That is a wonderful, fantastic question. I don't think I know of baking Nutrimeal. I don't think I know, to be honest. You could try it. You can try it. I don't see why not. Maybe it depends on what you're baking. Typically with Nutrimeal, it's something, if you're baking, obviously there's going to be heat to it. And that's okay, but I think that it's better to have the Nutrimeal and its formula that it's already in, and with the way it's already processed. I've never tried adding heat by baking, but I don't think that is a terrible idea or something that's wrong. I think you should try and go for it and let us know how it came out.
Okay, there you go.
Yes.
So she's actually mixing it with her pancakes in her pancakes or cupcakes for that one.
Yes, that's totally fine. That's fine. Pancakes or cupcakes. I'm thinking you're making pie or something.
Okay, so thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in this morning in our Your Health with Usana, and together with us, our, of course, ever welcome Sandra Guadeng. So thank you very much to all our seats who tuned in this morning for this session. And of course, thank you, Sandra, for joining us this morning. It's always a wonderful pleasure to have you in this session together with us.
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Sandra. So thank you very much, everyone. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay safe. Have a great morning, everyone.
Bye.
Have a great night, Sandra.
Have a good morning. Bye, everybody.